Evening guys, hi, it's Rob back for another video. Just the usual Saturday vinyl finds. Been to my local shop in Stratford as usual, and spent a bit more money than I actually planned to. I was hoping to leave a little bit more money for there's a record fair, national record fair on at the Birmingham Motorcycle Museum tomorrow morning, which I'm planning to go to. But I, after today's expenditure, I don't think I'm going to have an awful lot of, not an awful lot of money left to spend. But I saw some things that I just had to get. So a couple of things I've been. Well, more than a couple of things I've been looking out for, and he had decent copies, and I had to go for it. There's also a grail at the end of the video as well, which I'm very pleased to get, but I'll save that to the end. Okay, so let's kick off. First one is this album by UFO. This is called Flying. Now this is a reissue of their second studio album from 1971, and it usually comes in a very different cover to this. I've never seen this cover before, obviously, because this is a reissue. It's a UK reissue. It's on this AKA Records. And this is one of those ones that's, I think, quite sought after by site collectors, because the first two albums are psychedelic rock or sort of proggy rock, as opposed to the sort of more straightforward rock, heavy rock that they became later in their career. This album's actually significant for the title track. Flying, which was at the time apparently one of the longest running tracks ever recorded on an album. It actually clocks in, I think, at 26.5 minutes, which is a lot. Very long track. Not too many that sort of run certainly over 25 minutes anyway. I think the entire album's nearly an hour, so would never have got all that onto a C90 cassette. So but I've sort of streamed this album before, and it's really interesting because it's nothing like their later stuff. It's really good. And I listened to it again in the shop, and for the money that he was asking for it, I thought, well, I may as well take a punt on it. Interestingly for me, UFO were actually the first band that I ever saw live. I went to see them at the Odeon, which was a venue on New Street in the centre of Birmingham, long closed now. But yeah, I think it was 1983, so I think that would have been on their Making Contact. Not altogether too sure. Sure, there's other more serious UFO fans out there that would be able to correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So, but yeah, happy to pick that up. And that's UFO's second album, Flying. Okay. These next two are additions to my beat collection. I've been looking for the debut album forever. The Beat are one of those bands that you always see their later albums, and particularly the second album. But the first album is really difficult to come by. But fortunately today, he had a copy from a collection he bought earlier in the week, and he knew I was this was on my want list. So he knew I was looking for this and put this aside for me. Just can't stop it. The debut album, fantastic. UK two-tone, sort of part of that British ska revival in the late 70s, early 80s. On Go Feet label. It's just every track on this is just fantastic. Mirror in the Bathroom, Hands Off She's Mine, Twist and Crawl, Stand Down Margaret, Best Friend, which I used to have as a single back in the day. As I say, unfortunately, I got rid of all my singles a long time ago. Not deliberately, I don't know what happened to them. They just disappeared, parties and things, and I've never really collected singles since. But really, really happy to pick this up. The cover's a little bit beaten up around the corners and chewed on the corner and stuff, but he actually gave me this, so I was really, very, very happy to receive that. And obviously it's very sweet when you get a freebie as well. So, but I do spend quite a bit of money with him. But yeah, cheers Ben anyway if you're watching. Really appreciate it. And then, as I say, I already had What Happened, the second album, and then he also had this one, which is a special beat service. This is one that I wasn't particularly familiar with, but obviously still got Dave Wakeling and Rankin Roger. Great stuff in the original sleeve, inner sleeve there with the lyrics. That's the label. Pretty good condition. Wafer thin vinyl, as it was sort of in the 80s. Unusual for the early 80s. It was normally in the later 80s that the vinyl became really, really thin, didn't it? But happy to pick up, and it's in good condition, and I'll enjoy spinning that one. This is in really good nick, actually. It's still in the shrink wrap and has the hype sticker there with the singles there, Jeanette, save it for later. So that's a nice pickup. That's the beat and special beat service. Okay, next one. He had quite a few records in by this artist the other week, but they were all first pressing originals and were just far too expensive for me to buy. Included a debut album as well. But this is a reissue of Julie London's London by Night. I really like Julie London. Obviously you've got Cry Me a River, which isn't on this album, but this has Mad About the Boy, In the Middle of a Kiss, Just the Way I Am. And it's a bit of a write-up, interesting write-up on the back of this. She says, composing lyricists have written volumes on every phase of love. The chance meeting of a boy and girl, their first kiss, the declarations of love, their quarrels, their reconciliations, everything. They have written bright tunes and lyrics for the loved, and likewise sad tunes and words for the forsaken, all of which leads to the fact that London by Night is a love story. Here, Judy weaves her own story of a girl who finds love, loses it, and finds it again. It is a universal story, a classic story. It is told in a warm and delicate blend of voice, sang, and arrangement, and no one could tell it quite as well as Julie London. So there you go. Looking forward to that. That will be a lovely listen. Okay, next one is Dave Edmunds' album, and this is Repeat When Necessary. This is 1979, unless I'm very much mistaken. In lovely, lovely condition. Looks almost brand new. definitely VG++. That's the inner sleeve with Dave and his guitar there. Yeah, the reason I picked this up is because this has Girls Talk on it, which I used to have as a single, which is an Elvis Costello song. And yeah, I always love that song. But not familiar with the album. So on Zeppelin's Swan Song, wonderful Swan Song label. Yeah, and again, doesn't look, it looks virtually unplayed, so very, very pleased to pick that up. Hate these cardboardy sleeves, be very happy to give that a clean on the old machine and get it into a nice polyline sleeve. So yeah, Dave Edmunds and Repeat When Necessary. Okay, next one is, I've had this on CD for a long time, and this is definitely one of my favourites. In my top 2 or 3 of McCartney's, this is Ram. Yeah, this is an album that once slated by the critics, I think is sort of definitely gained more love over the years. Yeah, fantastic album. The gatefold, you've all seen this. This is actually, excuse me, sorry. This is actually a Ace's reissue. He did have an original on Apple, but it wasn't in particularly great condition a while back. So it's on this Capital label. So yeah, happy to pick that one up. Yeah, this is just superb. There's not really a bad song on this album. Obviously you've got McCartney's reply to Lennon's acidic How Do You Sleep from Imagine. Yeah, just playing those silly kind of games that they did, during those dark periods when they'd all fallen out and so on. Yeah, I mean, Three Legs, Ram On, Uncle Albert, wonderful, Heart of the Country, and obviously the classic Backseat of My Car, which yeah, is always reminds me of kind of, very Brian Wilson-esque, particularly with the vocals on the verse. But yeah, wonderful way to close out a superb album. So that's McCartney and Ram. Okay, next one was another one on my want list that I've streamed this album. I've heard this album loads over the years, but never got around to getting a vinyl copy. This is Roxy Music's 5th album, Siren. Yeah, fabulous. You got Love Is the Drug, of course. Both Ends Burning, great songs. She Sells, Sentimental Fool. Yeah, really, really good songs. Really solid album. For me, they kind of went off a little bit after this, to be honest. I do prefer their more rocky output in the early part of their career. So, but yeah, superb stuff, and obviously Jerry Hall there on the cover. Yeah, so that's Roxy Music and Siren. Okay, now the last one, yeah, absolute grail. Can't believe that I've managed to acquire this so quickly after getting the first one. This is the UK original of Scott 2, Scott Walker's second solo studio album on Philips. Oh yeah, I couldn't believe it when Ben let me know that he'd picked this up from a collector. And of course he put it straight aside for me, which I was very, very grateful for. It's in wonderful condition. In a sleeve, little bit of a seam split there at the top, but nothing major. The sleeve itself and the record's in great condition. Obviously you've got the magnificent Jackie on this, which you know, Mark Almond did a fantastic version of that in the 80s. You know, definitely kept the spirit of, you know, this sort of sexual sort of feel for that song, and just the outrageous arrangement, and yeah, amazing, really, really good. A few self-penned ones on this album. Plastic Palace People, The Bridge, yeah, just superb again. He was actually quoted as saying after this album came out that it was the work of a self-indulgent man, and that things were going to change from here on in. But yeah, I think he was clearly in a minority, because everybody I've always talked to thinks this album's amazing. So yeah, but yeah, delighted obviously to pick this up, and yeah, 3 and 4 to go. I was joking with Ben actually in the shop today that I thought it was ironic that I hadn't seen any of his 60s solo studio output ever, you know, and then all of a sudden in the space of you know, a month he gets the first 2 albums in. So I kind of mused at the thought that maybe he bought all of them off one collector, and that he's drip feeding them to me, so to ensure that I keep going back and spending money in the shop. But yeah, no, I mean, that's just joking, you know. We just laugh about it. But yeah, I thought it would have been funny, but there you go. So obviously delighted to pick that, and that's Scott Walker too. So yeah, that's it, guys. Those are all my finds today. As I say, I spent a little bit more than I planned to, so whether or not I'm still going to go to the record fair tomorrow, I don't know. We'll have to see. So, but you'll be the first to know about it if I do. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. I know there's a lot of videos being uploaded. I'm going to enjoy watching those, and you know, enjoy yourselves. Peace. All the best. Cheers.